It's the
record.
journey. You can talk. You're good to talk from the side if you need to.
I'll do the internet.
That's good. That's good. But yeah, guys, my name is Dontavious Hill, three-time Team USA high jumper. Today I'm here with Bryce, one of my athletes, and also his dad, Jason. And yeah, Bryce just came off a big meet. He jumped 6'6" off a six-step approach, which is his short approach, and he's PR'd off of it so far this season. All right, so Bryce, go ahead and introduce yourself. What grade are you in, and what state you compete out of?
Bryce Ellison, New Jersey.
All right, and Jason.
I'm Jason, Bryce dad.
Yes, sir. And Bryce, I know we talked a little bit, about this in your PR most recently, but of course, you PR last season, 6'4", and now, you've been 6'6" so far in January this year. Of course, we're expecting big things up out of you. We said going 6'8" was definitely a possibility, something that we really want to achieve. But tell me, after going 6'6" off the six step, what is your anticipation for the future? Like, do you want to move back as we go up, or do you want to stay where you are since you got that progress off of it?
No, I'm planning on staying where I am right now till I can work on my full approach.
Okay. And yeah, like we saw some good looks at 6'8". Actually, we saw one good look at it. The other two looks weren't so good, because of course we got the dead legs and things like that. But just walk me through kind of how 6'8" felt overall, because I don't think we ever got into that part.
6'8", I was sort of dead by like that point. My legs were just tired by that point of the competition because I had come in at 5'10". So it wasn't nothing special, if I'll put it that way. I started to clap to get some adrenaline, but that was about all.
Yeah. Like you said, it wasn't nothing special. Of course, you probably weren't able to take the best looks at it that you wanted to, but like we talked about, we're gonna have to get some more looks at it, of course. But Jason, for you, like, what was your reaction when you heard he had PR at that most recent meet?
I was excited for him, but again, he's had some setbacks, right? He had the toe injury. He was coming off of a cold. So literally, for I would say the last 6 months, he's been dealing with either some type of injury or an illness. So this is the first time in a while where he's had some consistency. But I pretty much was confident that once he had constant work in the gym and once he had constant reps and once he, was able to like recover from the cold and get his toe and everything right, I knew he would be, at his best.
Right. And agreed. Like you said, of course, he had some aches and bruises, whether it was with the knee, somewhat last year, the toe earlier this season, or even just getting sick. He ended up jumping that 6'4", the meet right before this last one. And, you talk about consistency, that's when Bryce had sent over some film from practice working on the six step. And whenever he sent that and we went over it on the coaching call that day, I was like, Bryce, like this six step, whatever you're doing right here, you need to do this in the meet. And I just talked to him about it, and if he was comfortable with it, I thought he should do it. But of course, it was gonna have to be his decision. And he told me he was good with it. And he went and did it, and he went and PR'd off of it. I guess what was your reaction off of that? Like, did you know that he was going off of the short approach, Jason, when he jumped that PR?
No, we got to work on that communication. He barely shares anything. Whether he wins or he loses, he doesn't share. So
Yeah,
like I don't be knowing. I typically don't have the time to go to his meets in the winter, but I go to the spring.
yeah,
I typically make all the outdoor activities, spring, summer. I go to all of that. Winter's rough for me. Um, with work and the time of year and everything as far as deliverables to be able to, you know, be able to afford your services, right?
yeah,
So things like that. That's why December's and January's are super rough for me. But yes, I think I didn't know. I didn't know he changed. He didn't share anything. But that's just Bryce. He does that, and we'll work on that.
yeah. And Bryce is, of course, more reserved, athlete, young man, pretty quiet for in a sense. But Bryce, now that you've jumped 6'6", of course, we know that is I think that is the one of the standards for New Balance. Of course, they
Mhm.
got you in Adidas, but I'm sure you want to go to New Balance, right?
Yeah,
So are you planning on competing at New Balance now that you got that mark?
yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. So we know that's in March. Of
New,
course, I
New
will be
Balance is
there.
March this year.
Yep.
See, something else I didn't know. When is Adidas?
Adidas is also in March, but it's the week
They're
after
all
New
around the
Balance.
same time.
And where is New Balance this year?
Boston.
Yeah, New
Boston?
Balance is gonna be in Boston.
Oh, that's not far.
Yeah, it's gonna be in Boston at
What
yeah.
what day? I'm actually going to be in Boston in March on
Yeah,
business.
let me get the exact dates. But New Balance, let's see,
Is
because I'm
it?
already there. I'm already gonna be there March 12th through the 15th.
Got it.
Yeah, I think he gonna jump on Saturday the 14th or either Friday the 13th. I can't remember.
And another thing that we've been having a challenge with, he doesn't have a true high jump coach anymore. His true coach retired on him. So he's been pretty much operating off of the little bit that his current coaches know about the skill, and obviously leveraging yourself. But you're virtual. But he hasn't really been working. I don't have anybody local for him that expert as yourself in the high jump any longer in the New Jersey area.
Right. And of course that's gonna be the difficulty in the sense of in person. But of course, we always trying to overcome that. Even if it is virtual, trying to overcome that with the mindset and the technical side, just with Bryce just showing up consistently, and doing what he needs to do. Whether that's hopping on the calls and getting his coaching in, or even just practicing mentally what he needs to do. Physically, you guys are doing that part, talking about hitting the gym and things like that. I'm sure Bryce has gotten stronger since you guys last came down to where I'm at. Um, but yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep working. And Bryce, for you, I know you got nationals coming up in March. I guess I know you got state too, even before that. Tell me, what's your goal for New Balance? Like, what are you trying to do?
You got a medal.
Get a medal. All right, what does that look like? Top eight podium?
Yeah,
All right, top eight podium. That'll make you a New Balance Nationals All American.
Yeah,
You
we
will
got
get
nothing last year, right?
2 years ago.
2 years ago we went, and that was in North Carolina.
mm,
That's Junior Olympics. We went to UPenn.
okay.
No,
Yeah, I
New
went to
Balance. We
Junior
went to
Olympics.
that was North
That was
Carolina.
Philly.
Philly wasn't New Balance. Oh yes, that's correct. My bad.
Oh, Philly New Balance Outdoors. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, New Balance Outdoors. So yeah, so we got New Balance Indoor this time around. It's gonna be in Boston. It's a better facility, better place to jump. We know UPenn got that turf to track look. So yeah, you're gonna be in a better situation. It's gonna be beautiful. Um, I'm gonna be there to coach you, of course. Um, so that's gonna be awesome. And really just gonna enjoy the experience, man. Would love to see you get on that podium. Of course, if you're jumping in your 6'6", 6'8" range, of course we want to be better by March, maybe going 6'8", looking at jumping 6'10". Um, you'll definitely be a top eight finisher in that competition, man, and be an All-American. And Bryce, for you, I guess, what would that mean for you to go out there and be an All-American?
Um, I don't really know how to answer that. I'm from America.
Yeah, you may not know how to, I guess it's all about going out there and seeing, what it feel like and, seeing what that experience is going to be like. But yeah, I mean, I asked Bryce the other day kind of what his expectations was for the season, and Jason, he said he wanted to go 6'8" by the end of this indoor. Tell me what are your expectations, for Bryce by the end of the season, indoor, outdoor, after kind of seeing where he is now.
I definitely think he can do it if obviously if he take better care of his body. I don't feel like he's been getting maximizing his sleep. He's definitely not eating the right vegetables. And also, for example, he's had a cold this week, right? And he's had a history of upper respiratory issues with and where he's had an asthma pump to get rid of it in the past to help his breathing. And he continues to go to practice every day versus stay home, recover, rest, wait till you're at your best, because he's not respecting the science that you delay your recovery when you're working the body when you have a cold.
Right. Right. And Bryce, of course, it's two sides to the coin. We got the competition side or the performance side, and you got the recovery side. So, at the end of the day, if you want to be great when we get out there on the track, you also got to make sure you do the little things, of course. But even so, Bryce, you've done a great job, man. I always knew you was gonna jump high, but I mean, this is just the beginning. I do want to let you know that we got a long season ahead. We got plenty more bars to get. So whatever goals you had on that wall, you need to make sure you do some reevaluation. All right, because we already got 6'6", so you need to do some reevaluation and see where we going next. But Bryce, really good job, man, and Jason, appreciate you as well. Stay on them and keep supporting them the same way you always have, and we're gonna get them right. All right.
All
Absolutely.
right,
Thank
thanks.
All
you.
right, guys. I'll talk to y'all soon.
All right.
See you.